Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. For this video, whoops, hold on. Okay. For this video, we're going to be voting on the Anime Awards Crunchyroll edition. We're down into the perhaps maybe the final days of the votes. And I'm about to see which ones I agree or disagree with, or which ones I think should win their respective awards. So let's go ahead and take a look here at what we're looking at. So, oops, hold on. My camera is getting a little bit shaky there. Let me just move it a little bit because I can't see much of it there. There we go. That should be good. Okay. Film of the year. We got Haikyuu, The Dumpster Battle, Look Back, Mononoke, the movie, My Hero Academia, You're Next, Spy Family, Code White, or The Colors Within. I've only seen Haikyuu and My Hero, You're Next. I have not seen Spy Family, Code White. I want to watch Look Back because I heard it's a really great movie. I haven't seen Mononoke nor The Colors Within. If I were to take a guess on who's going to win Film of the Year, I would say Look Back-ish. And I think for what it's worth, it might have to be that one because I think that one's probably the more like cooler one. Oops. Got to put in my email. Hold on a second. All right, I'm back. So I put in my email. It's all right. Let's go ahead and go to the next one. Best continuing series. We got Bleach, Thousand Year Blood War, Demon Slayer, My Hero Season 7, Spy Family Season 2, Ocean no Ko Season 2, or One Piece. I think if anything, One Piece should win. Right now, it's probably going through one of the biggest resurgence for people who are like want to get into it a little bit. My Hero has had his best season so far. Bleach, Thousand Year Blood War is still really good so far. Ocean no Ko had a really good season. I don't know if it's as good as the first season. No, it is. It is better than the first season. To be fair, the first season got carried mostly by its first episode, but overall, I think One Piece should win this one. So we'll just take that one. All right. Best new series. We got Dan Da Dan, Delicious in Dungeon, Free Ren, Kaiju Number 8, Soul Leveling, or The Apothecary Diaries. I'm going to say Free Ren is probably going to be the best new series. I still think that Free Ren might be Anime of the Year, but we'll get to that when it can. Dan 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 is a really good one too, but I think Free Ren will take it for this one, so we'll just give it that. All right, next up, Best Original Anime. Anime that are not based off of any manga or light novel or anything like that. It's just its own original anime made out of thin air. So, Buchigiri, Girls Band Cry, Jellyfish Can't Swim in the Night, Metallic Rouge, Ninja Kamui, or Train to the End of the World. I think Girls Band Cry was amazing. We'll just take that. Best Animation. Ooh, tough one. Dan Da Dan, Delicious in Dungeon, Demon Slayer, Free Ren, Kaiju Number 8, or Solo Leveling. All these have great animation. The one thing I will say about Solo Leveling is that, of course, this is not in counting Season 2. So this is only Season 1, Solo Leveling, where the best fight we got from that whole entire thing was the Igris fight at the end. And that's about as good as it gets. Free Ren has great animation, but I think Dan Da Dan for me takes best animation in this case because some of the sequences in this anime is just insane. And honestly, hats off to Science Saru. They did an amazing job with this one. So we'll take that. Best character design. I think I'm not too like into the character design aspect of it, but I think if I were to pick who's going to win this one, I would say the Apothecary Diaries. So I'll be part of that. So Apothecary Diaries should win this one. All right. Next up, Best Director. Pretty much on who had the best season. I think Keiichiro Saito for Madhouse has a really strong chance. Science Saru for Fuga Yamashiro. Or Norihiro Naganuma for Apothecary Diaries. I think for me, I'll give it to Free Ren again. Yeah, it's going to be kind of a Free Ren / Dan Dan sweep if that's to be expected. Best background art. From what I remember, Delicious in Dungeon just had better environments than I would say Dan 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 or Free Ren. I think I'm going to give it this one to Delicious in Dungeon, to be honest. I think that one just has a more amazing background than anything. All right. Best romance. Dangers in My Heart Season 2. Not even a question. Not even close. Blue Box was great. I'd still say it's a really good one. I'm surprised they even added this one because it just came out literally like it did come out during the final month, but I thought they would do the same thing where like maybe they'll compound the 2 seasons because they continue on afterwards this year. But regardless, Blue Box is still great. I did caught up to it. It's really good. McCain, I wouldn't. I do count this a little bit as a romance, but I would count it more as a comedy, which I believe it has not been included in that nomination. Scott Pilgrim takes off is a weird one. I wouldn't consider this even. I would consider this even less as a romance, since there's less romance. It's just more like a drama involving a romance more than anything. It should be more as a drama or action or comedy, really, you know. But Dangers in My Heart season 2 absolutely takes it for me. That's the best one. Best comedy, between Delicious in Dungeon, Konosuba, or Mashal, My Dear Friend Nokotan, Round My Half, or Spy Family. For me, it's between either Konosuba or Delicious in Dungeon or Mashal. I think for the sake of argument, I think I'm gonna say Konosuba. It's about the same level of comedy as you would expect from any Konosuba. Best action. Windbreaker has great action. Dan 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 is really action packed. Bleach 1000 Year Blood War, The Conflict, it's really good actually, really good with action. I don't know how to choose between this one. If I were to say who's gonna win, probably it's likely gonna be Dan Dan Dan. If people don't pick Soul Leveling just because of season 2, little bit of that recency bias. Kaiju number 8 has great action scenes. I think I'm gonna give it to Dan 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 for this one though. I'll just give it to Dan Dan Dan. All right, best isekai anime. I feel like this is something that should have been implemented years ago, but for some reason they added it this year, which is weird. Already I see Suicide Squad isekai. No, that show was not good. It was not good. It was okay animated, but then there were some sequences where it was like super awkward, which I don't understand why. Shangri-La Frontier, I'm not so sure about this one. Takes less of that concept of the isekai. I would say maybe even ReZero might end up winning this one, because I think it's just got that big resurgence in between the season 3. So I guess I'll give it to ReZero for this one. Best drama. Oshinoko, A Sign of Affection, Dead, Demons Dead Destruction, Free Ren, Apothecary Diaries. I think Apothecary Diaries is just a lot more drama, so I think I'll give it to the Apothecary Diaries. Oshinoko season 2 it was really good too. I'll give it that one though. Best Slice of Life, McCain. Absolutely, McCain. I'm gonna give it that one. Oh, did I vote for it? I did. There we go. McCain. Best main character, Free Ren, Okarun, Kafka, Mao Mao, Sung Jin Woo, or Momo. I mean, between Free Ren and Okarun or Momo, I think I'm gonna give it to Free Ren. I think I'll give it to her. Best supporting character. This will be interesting. Himmel, Fern, Jinshi, Seiko, Senshi, or Turbo Granny. Okay, I don't even know why, but okay. I'll give it to Jinshi. Yeah, I'll give it to Jinshi. Most protect at all cost character is the Anya Awards. Of course, it's gonna be her. I'll give it to her. Why not? Best anime song. Okay, this is more my territory here. Abyss. Abyss. I'm okay with it. I'm not too big on the opening for Kaiju number 8, but I still think it's a really good opening. Bling Bang Bang Born is insane. Of course, you can't go wrong with good old, Bling Bang Bang Born. Fatal. It's not as good as the first opening for Oshinoko, to be honest with you. I would still prefer the Idol, obviously. Level. Again, not too big on the opening. It is cool, but not too big on it. If I were to listen to these songs by myself, I will more likely listen to Otonoke than any of these songs, to be honest with you. The Brave. I honestly think the second opening to Free Ren, the Haru by Yorushika, is more better than this one. And honestly, even if it is a Yoasobi song, it's not the strongest one for me. It's not the strongest Yoasobi song in my opinion. But for this one, I think I'm going to, for anime song, I'll give it to Otonoke. We'll give it that. All right. Next, best score. Ooh. Best score, Free Ren, probably. I think I'll give it to Free Ren. Just has those magical moments. Best opening sequence, so best openings basically. And then notice how all of them are literally just the same ones except for us. Which, to be honest, this might be my top 3 One Piece opening ever, I think. Is it better than Otonoke? Not gonna lie, I think Us takes it from me, man. Us takes Us such a good opening, man. It's such a great opening. You know, all of us. You know that's. You know what? Just thinking about it, I just want to hear it again. But I'll give that vote to this one. Honestly, I'll give it to that. Best ending. Okay, so we got Ranma Half Antanante. Nobody got you the way I do. Request. If this was this season's solo leveling for ending, I think it would have taken that. TK just nailed that ending for me, but not this one. Burning is really good. Burning is probably my favorite so far. Taidada, I'm not too big on Taidada. And Kamakura style for what is it? What is this one? I forgot the name of this anime, but I think it's between Nobody or Burning. I think I'm gonna give it to Burning. Burning just is such a good ending sequence. Really grungy, really like dramatic. For probably the one character that probably has the least involvement up until the very end, which is so bizarre. But regardless, I'm gonna give it to Burning. I'm gonna give it to good old Oshinoko. Congratulations. All right. I'm going to be skipping some of the voice actor performances because I have not seen or heard most of the anime performances for other languages other than Japanese and English. If I were to take my voice artist performance for Japanese, I think for me, it's going to be for Natsuki Hanai for Okarun. Okarun, his tone of voice, his like freakouts and stuff like that. His voice is just very hilarious. I think I like it a lot. So I'll give it to Okarun. Best voice artist performance in English, Alex Lee. Alex Lee absolutely takes this from me. Song Wong Cho is a really good one too. He plays this character. If you don't know him, he's a Pro ZD. But I think for me, Alex Lee, this dude goes beyond bounds to be able to put some of the lines from the manhwa into the anime. You know, like he perfects he tries to perfect as much as he can from the actual source material when he does. I remember he got into a huge beef with everybody because they were like threatening him to like do well in the manhwa, and he tells them, "Hey man, don't mess with me, otherwise I will do a rise in such a goofy way that you're gonna hate it." So that just goes to show that he knows people want it to be good. But keep in mind, he's trying to too, you know? But just don't pressure him. That's all he asks. Just, you know, let him do his work because he knows what he's doing. All right? And then the 24th one, or is that it? That's it, I suppose. So I suppose I'm going to have to go all the way back to Anime of the Year. In here, I believe it's going to be between Frieren or Dandadan. Maybe Apothecary Diaries. I'd say Delicious in Dungeon. Maybe as possible. But I'm going to say Frieren. It's going to be Anime of the Year. So, with that being said, there you go. The Crunchyroll Anime Awards. The Frieren Awards for this year. It's still kind of a bit of the issue of like, there's not a lot of choices per se. Now, I understand this is like pretty generalized, more into the whole general space, but I think it's also important to put more nominations into these awards, not necessarily because they'll win, but more necessarily because it does, if your objective is to give a voice to the anime people, you know, to give you the whole anime, you know, voice and stuff like that for some of the bigger, you know, or more better anime out there, then it's important that you nominate them as such. For example, if Blue Blocks was included for Romance of the Year, then Orb and the Movements of the Earth should be included in Best Drama or Best, you know, or, you know, maybe it could be Anime of the Year if people actually paid attention to it and saw how good it was. Again, it's just, I feel like there should be plenty of more like inclusions into this, just to make sure that everyone gets a lot of a fair shot, you know, and people get more representation for, say, certain shows that may have gone under the radar or just deserve more attention as a result. But that's just what I think, in my opinion. So with that being said, let me know what you guys think. Who do you vote for in the anime awards? Let me know in the comment section below. And with that being said, I hope you guys have a great day, and I'll catch you all next time. See ya.